Hi everyone, this is Knowledge Topper, and in this video we will understand the differences between operating lease and finance lease. In this session we will differentiate both our lease terms on the basis of meaning firstly, then on the basis of characteristics, then accounting treatment, and at the end of this video I will share with you guys a practical example of these two types of leasing arrangements. Okay, so please stick to this video till the end as all parts are very important for your understanding. Okay, so let's start it. First of all, if we discuss a brief introduction about both our leasing terms, if we talk about the meaning, an operating lease is a short-term leasing arrangement where the lessor retains the risk and rewards associated with the leased asset. Okay, it is similar to renting where the lessee uses the asset for a specific period without, assuming ownership. Okay. On the other hand, if we talk about a finance lease is a long-term leasing arrangement where the lessee assumes most of the risk and rewards of the asset. Okay, it resembles a purchase agreement with the lessee having a significant ownership interest in the leased asset. Okay, if we discuss the characteristics, operating leases are typically shorter in duration. They cover a fraction of the useful life of the asset. Okay, while if we talk about a finance lease, they cover a substantial portion of the asset's useful life. Okay, that is also understand as the economic life of the asset. If we talk about the responsibility, in operating lease, the lessor remains responsible for maintenance, repairs, and insurance. While if we talk about the finance lease, in finance lease, the lessee assumes responsibilities for maintenance, repairs, insurance, and other costs associated with ownership. Okay. If we talk about the transfer of ownership, in operating lease, there is no transfer of ownership. Okay. Meaning that at the end of the lease term, the lessee usually returns the asset to the lessor or has the option to renew the lease as well. Okay. While if we talk about finance lease, at the end of the lease term, the lessee usually has the option to purchase the asset at a predetermined price. Okay, remember that it is a predetermined price. Okay, now if we discuss accounting treatment of both leases, if we talk about operating leases, they are typically treated as off balance sheet transactions, meaning that the lease asset and associated liabilities do not appear on the lessee's balance sheet. Okay, while if we talk about finance leases, they are treated as on balance sheet transactions, meaning that the lease asset and associated liabilities are recognized on the lessee's balance sheet. Okay, if we talk about the recording of transaction or recognition, in operating lease the lessee records lease payments as operating expense that basically reduce the lessee's net income. On the other hand, if we talk about finance lease, basically in finance lease the lessee recognizes the lease asset as a long-term asset and records depreciation expense and interest expense over the lease term. Okay, now if I can share the example of an operating lease with you, let's imagine there is a small business that leasing office space for a period of 2 years. Okay, so the lessor owns the building and retains responsibility for repairs and maintenance, and at the end of the lease term the lessee returns the office space. Okay, if we take an example of finance lease, consider a transportation company that leasing a fleet of trucks for a period of 5 years. Okay, so the lessee is responsible for all maintenance, repairs, and insurance cost. Okay, and at the end of the lease term the lessee has the option to purchase the trucks at a predetermined price. Okay, so that is all about the differences between operating lease and finance lease. I hope you like today's video. If you like this video, thumbs up. Do appreciate our hard work in creating this particular video for you by subscribing our channel Knowledge Topper, as well as like our Facebook page, and do join our Facebook group as well, where you will find a lot of good material not just related to these topics but from many other different courses as well. So this is it for this video. Thank you so much everyone. It's time to say bye bye.